Welcome back. In this lecture, we're going to cover how to use the Camtasia recorder. But we're going to begin by setting up what we're going to record. Now here I have the blue screen of just a neutral screen. Pick a background, but you should have just a neutral screen to begin your recording. You shouldn't have all kinds of stuff all over your desktop. Let me show the way that you get rid of stuff on your desktop if you're running in Windows 7, which I happen to be. You go to the desktop, right click, under View, you can come down and you can unclick the Show Desktop Icons. You can see if I click that on, I get a lot of icons about all kinds of stuff that I don't want you to necessarily see. So I can easily disable that. The same with what are they called? Desktop gadgets. You can turn those off off as well so that you have a completely clean screen to begin recording. Now, when it comes to showing you using the Camtasia recorder, unfortunately, the Camtasia recorder is rather persnickety when it comes to recording itself. So I'm going to show you the Camtasia recorder through a series of clever PowerPoint simulations. Here it comes. You begin your recording of your Camtasia session by going to the Camtasia editor. This is the green icon as opposed to the white icon if you're looking at that way to distinguish the two. The actual video editor throws up a whole screen like this that we're going to get into when we actually edit videos, which I guess isn't long since you're about to capture one. To begin capturing a video, you click on Record the Screen in the upper left-hand corner of the video editor. And what you're presented with is the Camtasia video recorder. Now, it won't be quite as large as this, although there will be a dashed green line all the way around the screen that you can barely see. Okay. Let's look at the components of the Camtasia video editor, and I think as you look at it, you're going to realize it's a lot simpler than it looks at first. First of all, you have the menus up on top. I went over them when I first started using Camtasia, haven't used them since, never used them at all, not going to introduce them here. When it comes to selecting the area you would like to record, you have your choice between full screen and custom, which is something smaller than full screen. Why you would pick something smaller than full screen, I have no idea. So I suggest that you record in nothing but full screen rather than custom. Leave that option alone. Next, as we move to the right, comes the webcam. I haven't seen any Udemy presentations or lectures that use picture-in-picture webcams of the author actually speaking. They're all screencasts like what you're watching right now. So I never use the webcam during recording. The one thing that I do set is an audio source. You'll notice that by default, the Camtasia recorder comes up with audio off. Go ahead and position your cursor to the options next to that and click to see the menu. Here's a larger view of what you'll see on the menu. You'll have options of, by default, clicked will be do not record microphone. You need to resolve that to actually record the headset by clicking on headset microphone. Instead, my headset microphone happens to be a Logitech Stereo H650E if you're looking to duplicate my environment. Just below that is record system audio. I don't like recording system audio. It just produces another track in Camtasia editor that I've got to deal with, and it doesn't add anything. I never hear anything. It's supposed to be mouse clicks and keyboard clicks or whatever I set. Well, I don't like all that noise, so I unclick that. Don't worry, it's not a disaster if you don't unclick record system audio, you'll just have an additional bar in the Camtasia video editor, and you'll know what that means later. It's just some additional work. But it is very important that you click your audio source and get that set before you record. I don't know how many times that I've recorded, brought up my recording in Camtasia, and seen that it has no audio because I forgot to enable my audio headset. Okay, once you select these items and enable your audio source, what you're going to see is the full Camtasia recorder bar. And that will include a little audio bar that shows you your audio as you're actually recording. That should fluctuate as you speak into your microphone. You're going to see that audio is on, and you are now ready to record. All you've got to do is take your cursor and press on the big red record button, and first it tells you to press F10 to stop recording at any time. Then it begins a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and we are recording. Congratulations, you've just started your first recorder. Now, when you're ready to end, just press F10 and we'll move on to the next lecture. But wait, before you go, I wanted to talk with you about what happens after the F10 is struck. Imagine there's all kinds of magnificent stuff going on the screen. This is the recording of your lecture. You have a vibrant voice describing exactly what's going on the screen as you lead the user from point to point using your mouse. Now you're done with the recording and you're ready to kind of put this lecture to bed. What you do is you hit F10. And what happens after that? Up pops the recording screen. Camtasia will begin showing you what you've just recorded. It would actually be playing in this window if we were actually doing this. Now notice your options for what to do in the lower right hand corner with this recording. You have the option to save and edit, which I highly recommend. Directly produce, that means throw it out onto the internet or YouTube. I highly do not recommend that you throw things out onto YouTube or the internet without even looking at them or editing them. So that option is out. Forget the second one and delete it. If you know it's total garbage, if you actually terminated your session early because you don't know what you're talking about, you delete the thing and move on. Now, let's say that we pick save and edit. This is actually a decent recording that we would like to save as one of our lectures. You go ahead and click on Save and Edit, and up comes the standard Windows pick your directory and pick your file name type of save window. Now, in the next lecture, we're going to talk about how to organize your stuff, because you're going to have a lot of stuff coming your way. You're going to have PowerPoint slides, you're going to have graphics, you're going to have recordings from sessions, you're going to have projects, and you're going to have MP4 productions that you're ready to upload to Udemy. In the next lecture, we're going to talk about how to organize all that so it's nice and neat and clean.